I don't know how long this is going to be, but we're breaking down the Bible into how you can read it, the psychology behind it, and just so we can get to know the Bible better. Because I think we should all get to know Scripture better, because we shouldn't be like, I don't know, keeping secrets if somebody else doesn't understand it. So as long as we keep breaking it down and keep re-explaining it, we can see the patterns, and then we can take those patterns and utilize them for the future. So let's go into it. This is part 2. So if you want to see part 1, go run over there and go look at it. Okay. So we just got done with the book of Numbers. So we just got done with the book of Deuteronomy, which is reparenting 2.0, Deuteronomy. So if you want to reparent yourself, go to Deuteronomy. And then we got Joshua. That's the one we were on. Activation psychology. The theme behind this is going to be confidence, courage, risk-taking, strategic action. Joshua is the book where people who have been passive for 40 years finally step into active adulthood. So in the book of Joshua, facing giants equals facing fears. Taking land equals claiming identity and assignment. Jericho, guys, I know you know the song Jericho. Don't tell me that's just a random coincidence that's happening while everybody else is waking up. Jericho equals listening instead of acting impulsively. Why is that so hard to say? This is the psychology of becoming someone who doesn't wait but moves. So it's a sign. That's how I see it. Jericho, that song, was a sign. It awakened a lot of people up because they were like, what? Like, you listen to it and you're like, what? And you're like, nah. And then you're like, oh my gosh. The more you listen to it, it could be years, whatever. It just starts making sense. Okay, the book of Judges, the downward spiral. Psychology theme, addiction cycles, rebellion, codependency, and chaos. This book is a case study in no boundaries, trauma bonding, faith, crash, cry for help, rescue, repeat. Judges is the full-blown self-destructive cycle. You fix your life, you get comfortable, you stop doing the things that kept you grounded, you crash again. You fix your life, you get comfortable, you stop doing the things that kept you grounded, you crash again. Judges is humanity whenever it refuses to discipline. I want to be more disciplined now. You're calling me out. No, I've been doing discipline. Kudos to me. Kudos to me, and kudos to you, because I know you guys have been disciplining yourselves too, in some way or another. You have been trying. Kings and Chronicles, leadership psychology. Kings and Chronicles, leadership psychology. Psychology theme, human behavior under power, pressure, and pride. Every king shows a different ego style. Saul, insecure, approval-seeking, unstable. David, emotionally intense, repentant, heart-led. Solomon, wise, but distracted, overwhelmed by desire. Rehoboam, I don't know if I said that right. Prideful, immature, and power hungry. These books are literally political psychology and leadership case studies. That's why it sounds so eerily familiar and nobody wants to look at the wound. Okay. And then we have Psalms, our emotional literacy. I love Psalms. Psychology theme, naming feelings, regulating the nervous system, and processing grief. Whatever. Grief. David teaches how to feel without drowning, how to tell God the truth, how to hold rage, sorrow, fear, and joy at the same time, how to stay connected in emotional storms. Psalms is therapy. Yes, it's therapy. And then we got Proverbs. Cognitive behavioral therapy. Psychological theme. Wisdom, self-control, thought correction. Oh, I love me some Proverbs. Proverbs is a whole graduate level class in avoiding fools, choosing friends, controlling your tongue, delaying gratification, thinking long term. It's CBT before CBT existed. How do you even say this one? Ecclesiastes. The ECCLESIASTES. Existential psychology. So, psychology theme: disillusionment, purpose, morality, and meaning making. Meaning making. Why is it like my brain's like, you can't pronounce that? I'm like, pronounce it, Whitney. And I'm like, I can't. There's Brain did not. I don't like E words. I don't like E words. That's what it is. Okay, so. Okay, the book that I'm talking about, the psychology theme is disillusionment, purpose, morality, and meaning making. This is the What's the Point book. The whole study in ego collapse, loss of illusion, realizing nothing external satisfies. Brutally honest, deeply introspective. That's the word. E words. Okay, now we're going to go on to the prophets. Trauma intervention teams, psychology theme, calling out unhealthy patterns with love and warning. Prophets show how denial works, how nations collapse psychologically before they collapse physically, how God confronts dysfunction, how humans resist correction. Isaiah was our wounded healer. Jeremiah, emotional burden carrier. Oh, my Jeremiah. My weeper. Ezekiel, visual symbolism and somatic prophecy. Prophets equals spiritual therapist with fire. And then we have the Gospels, attachment repair with Yeshua, psychology theme. Secure attachment, inner healing, identity restoration. Jesus literally regulates people's nervous systems, breaks shame cycles, restores identity, confronts narcissistic systems, heals trauma, physical, emotional, and generational, models healthy leadership, boundaries, and rest. He is secure attachment in human form. Now we got the book of Acts, and then we got the letters. Community psychology. Psychology theme. Healthy group formation, conflict resolution, and identity shifts. Now, the book of Acts is what led me to the off-grid. And it's one of the books that either God led me to that or it led me to the off-grid because God led me to that to go to the off-grid, or the off-grid, God led me off-grid to go to that. But one of those, either way, it's attached to the other one. It's a mirror. So Acts plus the letters is community psychology. So if you guys want to understand, you guys have to read the book of Acts and the letters. Healthy group formation, conflict resolution, identity shifts. Acts shows how humans behave when they get power, they get purpose, they hit conflict, they grow too fast. Paul's letters equal conflict management, moral psychology, relationship psychology, spiritual discipline. And then we got Revelation, collective consciousness, psychology theme, humanity's awakening, exposures of systems, fear, and faith. This is not a horror book. It's a book about illusion breaking, system shaking, human awakening, good versus evil played out internally and externally, people choosing sides with their hearts. Revelation is psychological warfare made visible. Okay, this is a part 2 of, I don't know how long